something of that.
Exactly. Yeah. You're almost there. Yes. It said that we live in a VUCA world, and VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. This term came to light and became very commonplace when it was COVID times, and so many things are happening these days with all the climate changes, the diseases, the unexpected happens so very often. So that was yesterday, and just a few days back, I was reading another term. I'm sure not many would have heard this one. It's called Bani, B-A-N-I. It's another term which has been coined, that we live in a BANI world, BANI, which stands for brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible. That's the kind of world that we all live in today. And if there is one skill that we need to survive in this world which we live in today, that is resilience. And while other skills become obsolete, right? Technology might take over our jobs, as they say these days. But if we have resiliency, then we will swim through these unknown waters. So I'm really looking forward to the session that's coming up today. The theme is swimming through unknown waters. Now, before we move on to the meeting, let me invite some of the guests who've joined us today. And before inviting the guests, let me actually welcome Neetal. She is the newest kid in the block, newest member to join us as part of Toastmasters Leadership Connect group. Welcome, Neetal. Welcome on board. Would you like to share a few words?
Sure. Intro guide? Anything?
Sorry?
Yeah, I can. So, I'm Neetal. I'm from Hyderabad, working with Deloitte. I was part of Toastmasters. I was part of Bright Beginnings Toastmasters Club, where I played a role of VP Ed, President, and other roles. I took a break for 3 months, and then I thought I'll try out a new club rather than going back to old one. So today here I am with you all, starting my journey again and looking forward for a bright future. Thank you.
Absolutely. Round of applause for Toastmaster Neetal for joining us. And we wish you the best in the journey ahead.
Thanks, Mohit.
We also have Arpan with us today. So, Arpan, would you like to share a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today?
Absolutely, Mohit. And looks like Deloitte is throwing up a lot of Toastmasters because right up till last month, I also worked for Deloitte. I worked for them in their Chicago office for 4 years. I've been in Chicago for about 21 years. And I am here visiting parents. And you can consider me self-unemployed because I took a break and I thought there is some time to spend with friends and family for a few months. And that's what I'm trying to do here in Gurgaon. You were the closest to me. So I thought just can't sit and look at the walls and television. So Toastmasters is something I've always enjoyed. I've been part of several clubs over the years, and hence you were the closest to me, Mohit, and you were so gracious and nice, and you put me in so quickly. So thank you for doing that. And that is
Amazing. Thanks for sharing your story, Arpan, with all of us. And yeah, I'm also happy to see Rahul today. Rahul, of course, you are a very dear friend and you've been a Toastmaster, but still want to hear a few words from you.
Hi, Mohit sir. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Morning.
Uh, my name is Rahul, and I'm a working professional working with the Mary Price. Yes, I have actually taken a break from Toastmasters uh, for last few months, but I'm sure, yeah, I'm going to join soon. Uh, I've been a Toastmaster since I think 2019, and I must have Uh, benefited a lot from the Toastmasters, and I'm sure I don't want to miss on it. So I'm sure I'm going to join back soon after a couple of weeks. So yeah, so I was available today, so I thought I should definitely join the meeting.
Wonderful having you, Rahul, as always.
Thank you, Mohit sir.
We also have Pratna joining us. Hi, Pratna. Would you like to share a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today?
Yeah, hi, Mohit. It is a pleasure being here because I just saw your message in the morning. I just saw your story that there's a beautiful meeting which is happening today in the morning. So I thought, why not make my mornings beautiful with the Toastmasters meets is happening online today.
Wonderful, Pratna. And we look forward to your feedback at the end of the meeting. Thank you for joining in. So, as you can see, we have talked to 4 people right now, and all 4 are on their own journeys, right? Neetal is trying out a new club. Our friend Arpan is taking a break from work, right? This would have been unheard of until like a few decades ago, I would say, right? People would not take a break from work. And then our friend Rahul has taken a break from Toastmasters. And Pratna is joining in this morning just to get something new to learn, I guess. And we have Vaibhav Podar join us. Hi, Vaibhav. How are you? Would you like to share a little bit about yourself? Vaibhav, good morning. Okay, we'll
Yes,
give.
good morning. I'll be with you in like a few minutes. Just give me a few
Sure,
minutes.
sure. Yeah, we'll talk to Vaibhav in a little bit, but let's take the session forward. So at Toastmasters, we meet week after week to improve our communication and leadership skills. And in this VUCA or this Barney world that we live in, leadership is transforming as well. What would have been the usual course of leadership is now changing into something completely different in this new world. For example, until a few decades back, being loud would have been a style of common style of leadership. And today, in this noisy, already so noisy world, maybe being quiet or even being silent is another form of leadership to consider. In a world where top-down hierarchical model was followed, today a more collaborative leadership style is coming to center stage. And where earlier there was a lot of rush to run fast and avoid any procrastination, today top leadership companies and top leaders are considering and even suggesting to slow down, to delay, because when you delay, new ideas will come up and you can work on something else which is even better than what you were originally wanting to work on. So some of these paradoxical styles of leadership are what are coming into the center stage these days, and we look forward to what we have in store in the session ahead, where our Toastmaster of the day will walk us through how to swim through uncharted or rough waters. So, without further ado, let me invite on stage our very charming Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepti Sawhney.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mohit, for setting the stage for me and making my job easier. Well, yes, I'm going to talk about swimming through unknown waters today. And what if I tell each one of you that you guys are already masters of swimming through unknown waters? Will you believe me? Yes or no? Yes, Deepak says yes, you believe you're a master. Anybody who says they don't believe that they're already masters, maybe inside our hearts, we sometimes feel doubtful of ourselves, isn't it? But let me remind you, let me actually take you through some everyday tasks that we do where we do not really think of the outcome. How many times have you crossed the road? Have you ever stopped or paused to think that will you be able to reach the other side? How many times have you taken a flight, a train, traveled by bus? Have you ever paused to think, will you make it to the destination? How many times have you popped a pill to feel better, to bring the fever down? Did you ever stop to think that the medicine, whether it'll bring down your fever or not? How many times have you prepared for your exams without thinking of the outcome? How many times have you decided to go for eating out without thinking whether you'll come back with an upset tummy? How many times have you decided to draft and deliver a speech at Toastmasters without thinking what the evaluator will say? Well, my dear Toastmasters, friends, and guests, these are all small, everyday tasks that we do without thinking of the outcome. So, aren't we all masters of swimming through unknown waters? We are. But it is those bigger decisions that make all the noise. Bigger decisions like when you pass out of school, which course to pick up? Should you go towards a particular college or take a break? Think which course you want to join, prepare for an entrance, then rejoin. Career changes, switching jobs, like our good friend Arpan. He's into a break right now, exploring your passion, up a relationship, getting into a wedlock, ending an unhealthy relationship, making commitments. Aren't these all big decisions that make us fear the outcome, that stop us from moving into a new territory? I'll take a pause to invite anyone on the stage to let us or share a time or a situation when they were standing in that dilemma of whether to move forward or stay put. A situation where they felt that life or deeds were uncertain. Anybody who'd like to unmute and share? Does anybody invest in stocks here?
Yes, I do. This is Arpan.
Yes, right. So, how certain or uncertain are investing in stocks?
Deepti, that's still a small part of life, right? Since you've invited a comment, I'm going to make a brief one.
Yes.
Uh, Leaving a high functioning, high paying job, moving halfway across the world to spend time with friends and family, that was not an easy decision. And even now, I sit and wonder some days. I've been here about a week and a half. Some of those days, I wonder, did I do the right thing? So uncertainty never leaves us. But you said something very beautiful, and it's probably transformative. Is when you sit on a plane, you don't really think about what it's doing and how it's doing. You just sit on it and go. And sometimes that is what one has to do, is to take the jump and hope that on your way down, wings will appear.
Absolutely.
So at this point, I will pause and turn it back to you.
Thank you, Arpan. Thank you. I love the fact. Okay. Thank you for helping with that echo. Right. So I love the fact the way our conversation is going to happen and are happening are like songs in a Bollywood movie. They'll take the story forward. Thank you, Arpan. Yes. So when we talk about unknown waters, what exactly does that phrase mean? Well, that phrase means venturing into situations, experiences where the outcome is uncertain, where we lack knowledge or familiarity. It's a space where you need to trust yourself to move forward, even if you cannot see the road ahead. Anybody else who'd like to briefly share their time or situation
I
when?
want to share.
Yes, please.
And a few of you already know that I have been into industry, a corporate professional for more than a decade. And 4 months back, I had a moment of epiphany that I want to start something of my own. But it brings a lot of challenges. I cannot put it officially on LinkedIn. I cannot disclose to people whom I am very close with. I cannot say out loud, go on the terrace and shout out that I am starting something new. But then I thought that if I don't do it now, then when I would do. As you mentioned, it's a paradox of choice or life that we don't know whether we'll wake up tomorrow or not, but still we put an alarm to wake up in the morning. And that's the same situation I was in. I took a jump in the river, as I say, head first, and making the plans for a decade of my venture, even though I don't know whether how long it would go. But committing to the process and enjoying the process gives me the joy. And yeah, that was a moment I was almost uncertain whether what to do, but I went to the tangent, which I didn't believe in much, but now I'm sure that I have taken the right direction. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Chintan, for sharing your thoughts and calling out or putting on the table what you did, despite the fact that you were uncertain and unfamiliar with the outcome. Well, why is it so difficult for us to swim through these unfamiliar situations? We'll cover that, but on the other side of this meeting. So let me introduce to you, for the benefit of guests and new members, that a typical Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 sections. The first section is about prepared speeches. We have 2 prepared speeches today. One is an icebreaker speech, which means that our speaker is going to present their speech for the first time. We will stand and applaud after the speech is over. The second speech is a 5 to 7 minute speech by our veteran Toastmaster Nidhi. We look forward to both the speeches today. The second section is about impromptu topics, where which we popularly call table topics. In a table topics section, the table topic master will throw random questions and ask volunteers. And by the way, volunteers can be guests too. So don't need to worry whether you're a Toastmaster or not. Raise your hand, take the challenge, swim through the unknown topic in the table topic section. And the third is what is most sacred to any Toastmasters meeting, the evaluation section. This is where our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, will share her thoughts, her learnings, and her feedback of the entire meeting along with her team. Let's call on stage our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, to introduce what she's going to do exactly in her role, along with introducing her team. Over to you, Mehak. Mehak? All right. While we wait for Mehak to return, because we just saw her, we'll talk
Deepti, for inviting me on stage. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. Just like swimming through uncharted waters, our journey in Toastmasters often requires to step into the unknown situations and challenges, and just that, how we trust the process. As a general evaluator today, my role is to guide you through this exploration by observing and providing constructive feedback to ensure we navigate through this water with grace, improvement, and growth. I will evaluate the overall flow of the meeting, including the performance of the different role players and the speakers. And the purpose will be to highlight what went well and would suggest the improvements in the meeting today. Along with this, it's not something that I'm doing just alone or individually. I have my team, that is the tag team. So first, I would like to invite on stage our timer for the day today, Toastmaster Mohit, to explain his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. Hi, everyone. Good morning, all members and guests. Today, I'm playing the role of the timer. As the timer, I would keep a track of whatever time everybody is taking, be it the speech, be it evaluation, or be it table topics. I can be called as the heartbeat of the meeting. So I'll be noting down how the meeting progresses. Not only that, it's my challenge today to make sure that the overall meeting finishes in time. Now, to explain the role, timing is considered to be essential skill, not only in Toastmasters, but in life in general as well. Whether you are pitching an idea, whether you are delivering a wedding toast, or negotiating with your boss about a well-deserved raise, you need to make sure that it is all within the time limit. So for the prepared speeches today, we have one icebreaker where the timing is 4 to 6 minutes with a 30 seconds of grace on the upper side. We have one other speech which will be from 5 to 7 minutes with a 30 seconds of grace on either side. For the table topics, the timing is 1 to 2 minutes with 30 seconds of grace on the upper side. And for evaluation, the timing is 2 to 3 minutes with a 30 seconds of grace on either sides. I will use my background to reflect the time, and I will also be spotlighted along with the speaker so that the speaker knows that it is green, yellow, or red for their particular speech. At 4 minutes for the icebreaker speech, I will show a green card. At 5 minutes, I will show a yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll show the red card. For the other speech, I will show the green card at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7 minutes. For evaluations, it will be 2 minutes for green, 2 minutes 30 seconds for yellow, and 3 minutes red. And for table topics, it will be a green card at 1 minute, yellow at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red at 2 minutes. The way I'll show the background is going to be like this. Let me show it for everybody's benefits. This is how I will indicate the green card. And similarly, I'll also display the yellow and the red cards as per my background. Thank you, and I'll be back with my overall report at the end of the meeting when I'm called upon by the general evaluator. For now, the stage is all yours, Mehek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for explaining your role as a timer so well. Next, I would like to invite on stage our counter for the day, Toastmaster Chintan, to explain his role.
We are talking today about swimming through the waters, and our speech should also flow like water. It should not have pebbles or stones which interrupt or hijack the flow of waters of our speech. And those stones, those pebbles which create the turbulence and disturbance in the flow of water are the words which are not required, which are unintentional words spoken because maybe due to the faster pace, maybe due to lack of confidence, a lack of practice, and those are called filler words and filler sounds. Today, I am here to make you aware about how many filler sounds and words you have spoken, such as you know, so, like. One tip for you is to be aware and whenever required, try to take a pause. Taking a pause would allow you to take a breath and will allow the audience to digest what you are speaking. And bonus, it will create the curiosity of what's coming next. So, as speaking medium pace and try to incorporate intentional pauses so that your speech flow like a water. And I'll be presenting the report whenever called in the evaluation section by general evaluator. I wish you all the best and looking forward to your flawless speeches. Over to you, Toastmaster Meg.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan, for explaining your role as an accounter. Lastly, we have our grammarian for the Gay to Gay, Toastmaster Neetal, to explain her role.
Sorry. Thank you, Toastmaster Mike. So today I'll be playing a role of grammarian. So every speech and every talk that we do here, I'll be listening carefully and try to note down the language, good usage of the language and improper usage of the language. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be presenting my report. And also I will be introducing the word of the day. And today's word is reiterate. So meaning of reiterate is say something again or number of times, typically for emphasis or clarity. So whenever someone uses the word of the day, we will show a thumbs up so that the word is encouraged and incorporated in our talk. So with this, I'll hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the G of the day, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Neetal, for sharing the word of the day, reiterate with all of us. I hope we all would be using it today in the speeches as well as in the cable topics. Now, to conclude with this description of the role as a general evaluator, be mindful about the time and respect the timer signal. Try to incorporate the word of the day, reiterate into your speeches and the cable topics to make them more engaging. And also thoughtfully pause when you feel there's an or an coming up. These small habits can make a small difference in your speaking skills. Now, let's enjoy the session of learning and growth as we swim through these unknown waters together. I would pass on the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you, Mehak, for that lovely and precise, clear description. And in addition to that, summarizing that those small changes or small notes can make a big difference. Thank you. Tell me a time. So we have people here who have already taken the plunge. Arpan, for instance, took a plunge to take a break in a career, in a well-established, stable career. Neetal took a plunge to join a different club altogether. Rahul made a decision to take a break, to pause. So while we have people who've already taken a decision, and we also have a good friend, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder here. I see him, not on video, but on mute today. He's the one we've always revered as a Toastmaster. And he's the one who we know has taken a big plunge of moving countries for the benefit or providing better life to the next generation. While these people have taken big plunges, I'm sure for the rest of us, there would have been smaller times when we would have taken, or different times we've not yet called out. But there would be also times when we didn't take a leave because we felt it was too risky. Can you think or call out that time when you actually did not step forward because it did not feel right? What was going on in your mind in that time? Anybody, unmute and share. Did you fear failure? Did you fear judgment?
I would like to go.
Yes,
There
Neetal.
were many a times I was given an on-site opportunity and I actually declined it as I was totally uncertain, will I able to stay alone or not? So I am trying to overcome that fear, but so far not so successful. I took a small on-site opportunities, but not the big one, as I'm really uncertain how it will be a life without family.
Yeah, so those are probably when self-doubt creeps in. Places
Deepti,
or yes,
I would like to add a
yeah,
situation.
yes.
There have been many times in my life where I have not gone ahead with something.
Hmm.
And in a lot of those situations, it has turned out that I made the right decision. Even though at the time there was uncertainty, the outcome was not known to me. But there is something called a sixth sense. And if you tune into it, or if you have faith, in the Asian cultures, the concept of faith is very entrenched. When we have faith in our gurus, and we have faith in our God, when we have faith in our elders, we have faith. And if you let your faith guide you, it frees you from the outcome. I take you back to your example of the stock market. There have been many times I wanted to buy the hot new stock and I didn't, and I was better for it. But there have been many times where I bought the hot new stock, I regretted it, but my faith allows me to keep going. And that faith comes sometimes from recognizing an external entity, or sometimes from the analysis that you have done. Either which way, the outcome is
Absolutely.
out of our hands with you.
Absolutely, Urban. Absolutely. We'll talk or we'll double click on topics of intuition, of faith, of the so called sixth sense, but in a later segment. That is where we will learn how to navigate through these uncertain times. Yes, a lot of times we risk, we do not take steps for fear of failure, for fear of rejection, for lack of control. We feel we are powerless. We do not want to proceed forward because we prefer to sit in our comfort zone. We do not want to move out. We don't want to invest money. Sometimes it is also because of past negative experiences. We carry those forward with us and we rather not take a plunge. At other times, there's a perception, like Neetal said, a perception of lack of skill, of lack of strength. Those are different reasons why or what stop us from taking that plunge. Well, I leave you with that thought, which says that we do not fear the unknown. What we fear is what we think we know about the unknown. And we'll talk about it more on the other side. For now, let's move on to our speeches. The first speech is an icebreaker speech by Toastmaster Ravinder. To call out the objectives of Toastmaster Ravinder's speech, I'd like to invite his evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, on the virtual podium.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. Good morning, everyone. Today, Toastmaster Ravinder is going to give his icebreaker speech from the pathway, leadership and presentation. And as it is an icebreaker speech, so we are supposed to give a standing ovation to him once he finishes his speech. Timer, please note that the timing for his speech would be 4 to 6 minutes. I wish the speaker all the very best. Providing the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepti. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll do a quick audio video check for Ravinder. Ravinder, please unmute.
Yeah, hi, I'm audible.
Yes, you're audible and you're visible. You want to deliver your speech in from the spot that you at which you are at the moment?
Yeah, anyway, I have no problem.
Okay.
comfortable
Yes.
with.
Yes, and we can comfortably see you. I hope you pin the timer because he's going to change his screens. All right then. Toastmaster Ravinder, Forgotten Dreams. Forgotten Dreams, Toastmaster Ravinder.
Imagine a baby born in a hygiene environment in a hospital. You can smell the sanitizer, see the operation theater light, and witness the clean room. Somehow, this is not how I came into this world. My story is something different. I come from a very small village at Panipat in Haryana, where we had hardly any medical facilities or hospital. It was month of May, very hot evening. Everyone started rushing around my mother as she screamed in pain. After a lot of efforts and pain, those screamed turned into joy and I born at home. Congratulations to my parents for contributing in Indian population count as they are blessed with their fourth child. I'm the youngest one in the family, and being the youngest one, I always blessed with a lot of love, pampering, and care. And very soon, their over pampering and love become a challenge for my parents. As I grew so large, double in size of my siblings, I was not able to wear their used clothes, and they had to buy the new clothes every time for me, which was impacting their pocket. I remember that day I had fight with my siblings. My mother sitting and watching us with wide eyes and red face. Suddenly, we hear the doorbell. My mother opened the door. Before my father entered into the room, house, my mother started complaining about our fight. That night, while having dinner, my father declared one of their child will be sent to hostel, boarding school. My brother, siblings, sister, everyone started looking straight at me and mumbled, the one who came last in family will go out first from the family. At the age of 12, I have been sent to hostel, and the pain being away from home, my journey started because you have to manage everything your own. By that time, I felt comfortable in the routine because I made a lot of friends from the different state and cities. Fast forward to 2005, I did my BCA, MCA, my post graduation, and I got a job at Gurgaon. On the very first day of job, I realized people like the person who speaks very fluent English. English, for me, as a Haryanvi, who could barely speak Hindi, English is just a foreign language for me. That day, I dreamed of becoming a great speaker and thought I will start learning the English. I was just thinking about at the same time my parents start asking me getting the married and my friends who are already married and jealous of my freedom. They also insisted me to get married. Finally, I decided to sacrifice my freedom and I was selected by a girl whose name on the spiritual book anyone of audience can guess. You can unmute and guess the name.
Geeta.
Gita.
Yeah, yes, true. So everyone know, as the name suggests, Gita. Gita is a collection of slokas, stanzas. Every time either I do right or wrong, she reiterates slogans. And surprisingly, those slogans not from Bhagavad Gita. She is creator of those Gitas like every wife. After 3 years, we blessed with a baby boy. And we named him inspired from spiritual, our Hindu Vedas. And we gave him a very beautiful name, Vedic. In between all these, I forgot about my dream. After 15 years, I felt I need to work towards my dream of becoming a great speaker. From audience, I wanted to know, in chaos of life, have you forgotten any of your dream? So now I decided, I know the best time to plant a tree was 15 years back. And the second best time is now. That's why I'm here. And I can't wait to join and growth the journey with all you people. Thanks. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Viminder, and that calls for a standing ovation. I'll come back in the frame, like everybody else, to
Ravinder,
applaud.
just fantastic.
Thank you.
Stefan, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll request the timer to time us for 1 minute, and the rest of us, please share our thoughts, our feedback on chat with Ravinder. That will encourage him as a speaker, especially because it's his first. Let's get started with the feedback in chat. Mohit, yes, thank you for that green signal, Mohit. Let us move on to our second speech for today. Our second speech is going to be delivered by Toastmaster Nidhi. And to introduce objectives of Nidhi's speech, I'd like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Chintan, on the virtual podium. Chintan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dipti. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, and especially Toastmaster Nidhi, as she is going to attempt to deliver her Level 2 Project 2 from Presentation Mastery Pathway. It's a project which has a purpose of effective body language. The purpose of her speech is to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how you use non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. Timer, please note the time limit would be 5 to 7 minutes. I again reiterate that the speech would be all about body language. I wish you all the very best, Toastmaster Nidhi, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Chintan. Let's do a quick audio video check for Nidhi. Nidhi, yeah, can you speak after me? I'm ready for delivering my speech today.
Yeah, I'm ready to deliver my speech. I guess that my image is coming blurry. Is it?
Your background, yes, your background is blurred. You might want to
Yeah,
remove.
let me remove it.
Yeah.
Is it fine now?
Yes, it's clear. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right then.
Yeah.
Toastmaster
Thank
Nidhi.
you.
Toastmaster Nidhi. Three magical words. Three magical words. Toastmaster Nidhi.
Hello, everybody. So today my speech title is Three Magical Words. So does anybody have any idea that what these three words could be? Three magical words. It's okay, even if you come up with some stupid guess,
I
not
love
those
you.
three naughty words.
I love
Ah.
you.
I said not those three naughty words. Any other? Any other?
I
Any
am
stupid guess will work. It's
my
okay.
favorite.
God bless you.
No.
You are
Okay.
welcome.
No.
Today is Sunday.
No.
Good one.
I'll try to prepare speech on this next time. So let me unfold the mystery of these three magical words. These three magical words are it's okay. Do you understand the impact of these three magical words in our life?
It's okay.
They are of paramount importance and play significant role in our life. Okay, so all of us are working, most of us. Has it ever happened with you that you could not deliver project on time? You could not meet deadlines. It always happens. We are unable to meet deadlines. So what is your boss reaction? Usually, he or she will come to you and he or she will vent out his frustration on you. He'll demotivate you. And in revert, what you will do? I believe you will not respond in the same way. You will not vent out your frustration on your boss. You can't dare to do that. So after that venting out session, how are you feeling now? Demotivated, demoralized, lack of complete apathy over there. You'll go home. You'll spread the same in your family members. Sometimes what happens that we treat our family members like a punching bag and we vent out our frustration on them. What if your boss could have said this to you that it's okay. How you would have felt at that time? On cloud nine, dopamine. And your morale would have been reinforced and double enthusiasm. Doesn't it? Okay. How many times we use these words? Don't worry, this is part of my speech content only. Many times we get stuck in table topics also. Many times it happens. And how we handle these situations. See, there are two scenarios. A, what usually happens, these are the human instinct. We keep on dwelling that I could not speak. I stopped in between. So many things we keep on dwelling on, and we dwell to that extent wherein we discourage. I have many live examples in my life wherein once they failed, they never tried it again. What was the reason? Being failed again. They have this fear, not only in Toastmaster, outside Toastmaster also, I'm saying. This is what it happens. And what is the second scenario? Second scenario is when you say to yourself, it's okay. It happens. I'll try again. Even I fail again, it's okay. I'll try again, provided there should be genuine efforts. This is what we do. So I have few manifestation in my life wherein I use these words. and they actually work wonder. Once my daughter, she was asked for impromptu dance in her school. Assembly was going on. She loved to dance, but she doesn't know how to dance, and she wanted to learn it. She had keen desire to be a good dancer. And the moment she was called upon on the stage, she ended up jumping like a frog, and she became laughing stock. Not only kids, even teachers, they were laughing at her. Just think from a child perspective that where her motivation level was. It was zero. Even I would say that it would have gone negative because everybody was laughing at her. And situation was this that teacher came back to her and they apologized her. But situation was like this only because she was jumping like a frog and it made everyone laugh. And her ordeal did not stop here. After a couple of days' time, there was a dance competition wherein all her classmates they persuaded her to participate. Not because she was a good dancer, because she wanted to laugh at her again. She explained me her predicament. And I told her one thing. It's okay. Even you ended up dancing like a frog, jumping like a frog, it's okay. If you want to try, it's okay. If you don't want to try, it's okay. Even again, you end up jumping like a frog on stage, it's okay. But if you want to try, you should try. Don't have fear of anything. Everything is okay. Somewhere it embed in her mind that whatever happens, it's okay, provided there should be genuine efforts. She participated, and her competitors were the girls who had been learning Bharatnatyam since they were 3. And my daughter, she nailed it. She got second prize in that competition. Just think from a child perspective that her where her motivation level was now. It was reinstated after minus, from minus to high level, topmost level. And she understood the importance of these 3 words in her life. Following the competition, there was a trampoline. She went over there. The moment she started jumping on trampoline, she realized that everybody was laughing at her. So what is the reason? Why still everybody was laughing at her? So she realized that everybody was laughing because she was wearing 2 different color socks. Therefore, everybody was laughing. But by this time, she had understood that it's okay no matter what situation is. And she went with the flow and she also started laughing at herself. This is the way she handled the situation. So I would request you all, please, no matter what happened in life, it's okay. You fail, it's okay, provided there should be genuine efforts. You just gauge the gap, work on them, bridge that up, and come back with a bang. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nidhi. It's okay. So underrated, yet so empowering words. Let me call everybody to please share their feedback on Toastmaster Nidhi's speech. Timer, please note, let us know after 1 minute. Thank you, Mohit, for the green time indicator. Let's move on. Now that we know what stops us from taking a plunge in the unknown waters, what if I ask you that what are the possibilities, or what is it that you can discover if you stopped fearing from the unknown? Can you think of what is it that you will achieve if you cross the bridge of the unknown waters?
I would have made a lot of money.
You would have made a lot of money, Neetal.
Can you repeat the question once?
Sure, Bob. I'm asking, now that you're familiar with what unknown situations look like, what stops you from getting or taking that plunge in unknown situations or unfamiliar situations? My question is, what will you discover if you actually embrace those unknown situations? What will you find out about yourself or the situations if you go to the other side of unknown situations?
I
Yes.
So I think when we stop fearing that what is coming ahead or what is, and when we, so the opposite of that would be when we flow with life, you know, without fearing anything, that okay, what's gonna come, then definitely we discover the unlimited potential that we can have. And whatever we have thought of comes in front as a reality. Whatever we can do as per the blessing, or as per the hard work we are doing, or the smart work we are doing, it comes in front of us, because we don't have anything in our head fearing. We are like, let's go with it, let's go with the flow, and let's tap on that unlimited potential.
Absolutely, Shweta. When we decide to stand up and cross, in fact, what you just said reminds me of a quote. It says, "The future is unknown, but so is your potential." Right? So you realize your potential, you take a step forward, you find greater confidence, you find more joy, like what Chintan is experiencing in starting his venture. Okay. Um, you find a different perspective. Arpan, that's for you. You'll find your perspective. You'll find your food for thought. You, what else do you find? You find sometimes you end up making stronger connections when you're fearing or when you stop fearing the unknown. Yes, Mohit.
I just
Yeah, you might want to.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that even the chartering or rechartering of this Leaders Connect Club, there were so many moments when I just thought it's not happening, let's give up. We had to identify and get 5 members onboarded within a week to get this chartered. Seemed completely impossible. And I read a quote somewhere which is similar to what you are saying, right? It said, let's find out what happens if I don't give up. And that quote completely inspired me. And I talked to some people who were who had a common vision of starting something new, like Chintan, like Diptendu. And we made the impossible possible. And today, when I look back, my biggest achievement this year and the biggest skill that I added to myself in the process is doing something which most people will give up on, right? This is such a big skill that you add to yourself, because 8 out of, or maybe 7 out of 10 people will just give up so soon, and you already are different if you are the other 3. Just couldn't stop myself from sharing that. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mohit. gear up or give up. That's what I've heard most recently. Close, if I pick up examples from our ancient times, if Columbus wouldn't have dared to embrace the unknown, we wouldn't have found the 4 new worlds. Closer home, if Kalpana Chawla wouldn't have stepped out of Haryana, small town village in Haryana, she wouldn't have ventured into space. Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan, there are numerous inspiring examples. If they wouldn't have taken the steps into the unknown, they wouldn't have been where they are. And it's said out loud and clear by the romantic poet Rumi. He says, "We have wings to fly, so why crawl?" Let us all use our wings to fly, to swim, to learn, to grow for our benefit. We'll talk about some practical tips that will help us swim or fly the unknown skies or the waters on the other side of the table topics section. So let us move on and call upon on stage our table topic master for today. Interestingly, I'm going to wear a double hat. I'm going to be conducting the table topics section today. Well, table topics is an interesting segment. It is here that I will throw random topics and ask for people to volunteer and speak on topics they've not heard before. The time limit is 1 to 2 minutes. And there is grace of 30 seconds on the upper side. I'd first, yes, and it's encouraging for the grammarian if you use the word of the day today, which is reiterate. Let us all gear up for the table topic section, and let me invite an experienced Toastmaster to raise their hand or volunteer before guests can follow. And guests, this is your opportunity to swim through and fly. All right, so who'd like to volunteer first?
I can go. This is Arpan.
Okay, sure. So I see Shweta, Arpan, and then I'd like to also invite Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder. You've been very quiet. We'd like to hear you too. So let us first start with Arpan, since he voiced his volunteer. And Arpan, I wouldn't want to leave the opportunity to ask you to come on video if that is possible. We'd love to see you while you speak.
Roger that. Let me make myself presentable so
Okay,
that
sure.
along with my speech, I do not scare some of the younger members of the audience.
Not at all. So while we wait for you, Arpan, we'll ask Shweta to pick on the first topic. Shweta, are
Thank
you
you.
ready? Okay. So Shweta, since you're an experienced member, I'd like to give you a topic which is a personal favorite. What if life came with a GPS for the unknown? Toastmaster Shweta. Toastmaster Shweta, what if life came with a GPS of the unknown?
As we say that when we know the unknown, the life becomes easier. But do we like that? Will I like it to have GPS around and taking me to all the unknown surprises, which will make me in reality very surprised? For example, I would have never known that I can be a president of the club if GPS would have told me, Shweta, this is the time. You have to be the president now. Come on, I know everything then. How will I enjoy learning? I will stop learning because my life is coming with GPS. It is guiding me through. It is guiding my soul to the exact point it needs to go. Yes, it would be easier. Maybe serotonins will be more and cortisol would be less. But how would I know how to know my soul if at all I will not have the GPS? Because when I will not have the GPS, I will be the first one to jump around when the skydiving would come in front of me. And I would say, let's go, Shweta, let's see if you are fearless or if you are literally fearful. And I found out I am fearless. Fear is just a state of mind. And when it is like that, I was flowing with life. I didn't even needed the GPS of this. I just needed the GPS of my soul, not of life. Because my soul guided me to the right path. My gut told me that yes, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, it will take you a step higher. You are actually, you fall down, don't worry. You are actually, you actually fall down, sorry, just to go 10 steps in front. So I don't need any GPS. And I don't want life to come with GPS. I just want GPS of my soul to guide me through. What do you think, Toastmaster Deepti?
Absolutely. I concur with your thoughts, Toastmaster Shweta. Having GPSs would be no fun. You'll be too directed. And now that makes me think whether I need or should I use the Google Maps on my phone every time I traverse a new path. Let us just be fun. Let us get lost in the way. Sure. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. All right. Well, next up, distinguished Toastmaster Rupinder, can I call you upon the virtual podium? All right, there we see you. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, can we do a quick
How can I
audio
help?
check? Yes. So the topic for you, Rupinder, is can taking risks be fun? Can taking risks be fun, Rupinder?
My opinion, it's not even a question. Can taking risks be fun? You won't have fun until you don't take a risk. I mean, what is your idea of fun? Getting up at 5 in the morning, doing meditation, going to the gym, taking a bath, going to work, 9 to 5, come back home, watch a movie, eat dinner, go to sleep. Is that your idea of fun? That's not fun. What is the risk you've taken all day? I'll tell you, because staying here in Canada has taught me one thing. You have to take a risk. You know, there are stories that I could tell you. I would require more than a minute. But here's one that literally was so thought provoking. It reiterated the need to take risks. I work in a temp staffing agency. I send people to work every day. One day, we needed a security guard near the shipping docks, a place known for drug addicts and criminals. A 19-year-old girl comes to me and says that she'll do the security shift. I'm like, no way, that's no place for a girl. What she said next blew me away. She said, I want to be a cop. If I'm going to be a cop, then I need to take that risk every day. I was blown away. I wish I had that kind of a risk taking appetite when I was 19. Maybe it's the place, maybe it is the circumstances that make you take a risk every day. Maybe it is like that. But a 19-year-old girl taught me that it is okay to take risks. So I reiterate, there is no fun in living a routine life. The fun lies when you take a risk. Take that jump. Madam Topics Master.
Thank you, Rupinder. Your 2 minutes of this table topic has certainly blown us away too. And it's making me go back and think that whether staying in my comfort zone is the happy place I want to be in, or it is taking on a new or a different challenge every day? Thank you for sharing your thoughts. All right, Arpan, I saw you turning on your camera, and here's your topic. Hello, thank you for turning on your video. Could you share with us a favorite moment of comfort? A favorite moment of comfort, Arpan.
Deepti, first of all, thank you for such a wonderful topic. Thank you for Toastmasters Club for giving me this opportunity this morning to do something different. The moments of comfort are, in my opinion, in need of some reiteration of what the previous speakers have said, what Ravinder said, and with determination that I will learn English because this is something that I need to get good at. He took comfort in his determination and he used desire coupled with his determination to deliver such a standout speech today. Reiterating what Nidhi said, it's okay. It is really okay sometimes to sit in your comfort zone, recharge your batteries, and then be in that state, determine what you need to do next. It is okay. And reiterating what Sweta just said, what a wonderful world. If you don't want a global positioning system, then go get a God positioning system. If you want your soul to guide you, then you need God. You need Guru. If you need something, you go seek it. If you don't need something, you don't seek it. If you want to get lost, be Mirabai. If you want to find yourself, be Buddha. Do what your heart is telling you to do, and you will not need a step-by-step manual. And then for our distinguished Toastmasters from Canada, I want to reiterate the meaning of word cop. Some of you might not know cop in Western world is another word for policeman. And I want to say that the 19-year-old displayed what Ravinder displayed today, determination and desire. Her desire to be a police person and her determination to be a good one at that allowed her to overcome that uncertain moment. And that bears reiterating. What I really liked about our distinguished Toastmaster was that he was large enough in his heart to learn that lesson from somebody who was so much younger than him. And to that, I applaud you and I rest my case. Back to you, Deepti.
Thank you so much, Arpan. Thank you for bringing a summary and a whole perspective, or putting the whole thing into perspective. Yes, it is in those moments of comfort that we build the strength for stepping forward. We build resilience. It is that comfort which pushes us forward. And we've seen numerous examples today. Let us move on. I see Pratna's hand up as a volunteer. All right,
Yeah.
Pratna. Yes. Pratna, are you an existing Toastmaster or are you a guest with us?
No, I'm a guest.
You're a guest. Okay. So here's a quote from Rabindranath Tagore that I'd like to give you, Pratna.
Okay.
It says, "You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water. You can't cross the sea merely by standing and staring at the water." Pratna.
Can you repeat the topic, Deepti? Actually, I'm not able to comprehend.
Sure, let me adjust my mic too. Am I clearly audible now?
Yeah, you are audible.
Right. Topic is, you can't cross the sea by merely standing and staring at the water?
Yeah. Okay. So hi Deepti and hi everyone. Thank you for that beautiful topic. Yeah, definitely we can't uh, cross the sea if we are just standing in the middle of it and just doing nothing. Same in the life also. If we are just sitting in the job and we go to our job every day and we complain day in and day out like I really don't like the people, I really don't like the business they are into, I don't like to wake up in the morning. If we just keep on saying these things and complaining and be complain mongers, then definitely you can do nothing about it. But like normal people, if you just try to find new job or try to change your career, I think that would be a better thing because you are giving bad energy to your work or giving bad energy to whatever you are doing. See, if you complain regularly about your job, then definitely it will bring very bad energy, and definitely you won't be getting that much promotion in your job because you will not be doing your job really well. Similarly, in different situations of life, whenever you feel that this situation is not good for you or this is a problem which is there into your life, so instead of just complaining what to do now, you can just take out a solution of the problem, isn't it? So that this is from my side, and now over to TTM of the day, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you, Pratna. Thank you. And your side was pretty impressive. It's reminding me of that age old wisdom that we've heard always, which says, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And it is in the essence. Essence is in the word going. Getting up and going is the essence. Thank you. With
Right.
that, yeah, thank you. Thank you. With that, we bring our table topic section to an end. And I would like to now pass on the baton back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Deepti. I'll wear my hat. All right. Now that we're familiar with unknown waters, we know what stops us and all of that. How do we then navigate through those waters? We've heard quite a bit of Gyan here today, which says that yes, risks are necessary evils. You have to be open to change, you have to be flexible. But how do we do that? We'll cover that, but before we will invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mehak, to please take her segment forward.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti, for inviting me on stage and for this wonderful session on swimming through unknown waters. Well, now, starting on with the general evaluation session. First up, we will have the speech evaluations, and I would be taking up the speech evaluation for Toastmaster Ravinder. So thank you so much, first of all, for giving me this opportunity. It was truly a pleasure to listen to you, Toastmaster Ravinder, and your icebreaker speech. Your journey from a small village in Panipat to standing here in Toastmasters is a dream for many and inspiring and heartwarming as an audience to see. What completely stood out for me in your speech today was your beautiful storytelling. You're a gifted storyteller, and the way you describe your incidents about your birth, your childhood was commendable. And when you said that how your mother was in pain and how that pain turned into laughter just when she was blessed with the fourth child was something that was so vivid for all of us and so captivating that we all could imagine that in front of our eyes. These details and the small incidents what you shared made your speech both relatable and memorable. Second thing was the humor. The punches of humor that you added in your speech here and there was self-made. Gestures and the stage movement were natural and added depth to your storytelling skills. For example, when you describe your fight with your siblings, or when you describe about your decision to be sent to hostel, or gestures effectively brought some of the scenes to life. Now, something that can make your speech a better to a best one would be maybe a little voice modulation. For example, your content was engaging and your pitch and the tone could enhance the emotional impact of whatever you were speaking and your stories. For example, when you were sharing about your hostel experience, or that when you were sent to hotel or that decision was taken, you could have added a reflective tone to it and could highlight the significance of that moment. And similarly, when you were describing the dream of learning English, a more enthusiastic tone. For example, I dreamt of learning English, or something that could show determination on your face as well, with some excitement. With practice, I am confident that you will master the skill and take your storytelling skills even to greater heights. All in all, your passion and authenticity shown throughout your speech, and the honesty with which you share your journey from struggling to English balancing was something which touched everyone in the room. All the best. I am look forward to listen and seeing you grow as a communicator and a leader in Toastmasters. Thank you. Now, we will invite Toastmaster Chintan for Toastmaster Neetu's evaluation.
We wake up every day with hundreds of notifications on phone and few of the notifications from our family. We are paralyzed by the choices we have. And it is therapeutic to listen to the message that it is okay to be comfortable in our skin and then come back with a bang. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nidhi, for that message, which is absolutely needed in today's fast-paced world. What I loved in your speech is the way you crafted and you planned the stories in the speech. You initially asked the audience about their boss, and then you slowly transitioned to your daughter's incidents of how she felt uncomfortable and how she regained the confidence in her life. I loved the enthusiasm you had for the topic, as you wanted to share a message, we make an impact. You didn't want to just share a speech, but you wanted to share a message. And that made your speech another level. Few things, Nidhi, for you to look upon as you move ahead in your journey. First thing, when you start a speech and when you look down from the higher position, as you look in the camera from down, it feels like you are looking down to the audiences. So set your computer in a way that the camera lens is at your eyesight level. Second thing, I want you to focus upon the pacing of your speech. You had wonderful questions that has it ever happened to you when you couldn't deliver the project in time? There was another question. How would you feel when your boss says it is okay? But you rushed through the questions. Even before it processed in my mind, you went on delivering the next sentences. So when you have such a craftful questions, take a pause so that audience can digest, audience can answer, not maybe through the voice, but in their head, so they can relate, and then you move on. Playing with your pace will definitely increase the engagement of your speech with the audience members. And the third thing which I want you to think, Toastmaster Nidhi, is creating the suspense of your speech. You write from the get-go, you said that, hello everyone, my title of the speech is It Is Okay, which was already been said. And you said the title was 3 magical words. And you asked the questions and revealed the answer. It's like you planted the seed and immediately we could see the fruit. It's not possible. We wanted the highlight, the teaser. You could have started with a story and then give us an answer that those were the 3 words which were different from what we were expecting. Rather than giving the answer at front, keep it at the last to play with the curiosity of the audiences. Overall, I want to say it's okay if you didn't deliver your best, but come back with a bang. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan, for sharing such a detailed evaluation for Toastmaster Nidhi. Now we will have the evaluation of our tag team players. First of all, we will invite on stage our timer for the meeting today, Toastmaster Mohit, to share his report as the timer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. Yes, I'm here with my timers report. And let me start with the prepared speeches first. Our first speaker today was Toastmaster Ravinder. Toastmaster Ravinder completed his speech within the time frame to 5 minutes 54 seconds is the time he took. Next up, we had Toastmaster Nidhi, speaker 2. She did her speech in 7 minutes 30 seconds. So again, she did it within the time frame. Then we had some table topics. Shweta was the first table topics speaker. She took 2 minutes 19 seconds to do her speech. Rupinder 2 minutes 16 seconds. Arpan 2 minutes 30 seconds. Prathna 1 minute 27 seconds. For the evaluators, Toastmaster Mehek took 3 minutes 22 seconds, and Chintan again 3 minutes 22 seconds. So exactly the same time. How do you guys do it? Overall, everybody is within the time limit, and so everybody is qualified. That's all I have for my report, and I'll hand over back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mehek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Glad to know that you all are qualified in this meeting. Now I would invite on stage our counter for the day, Toastmaster Chintan, to share his report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mehek. As I told, that our speech should flow like water, but there are few pebbles here and there, and we need to be aware of these ahs and ums we speak. One tip which I had given is to take a pause. Second thing, which you need to practice and which worked wonders for me, is taking the deep breaths. Now, all say taking the deep breaths is good, but how? Most of us in this age take the breath in the wrong way. So try to take a breath in the right way, do the diaphragmatic breathing, use the logic that when you take air in, your stomach should go up. And when you do that, that will give you more power to speak the longer sentences without the tendency of ahs and ums. As ultimately what we speak is the combination of the energy comes out as the breath and the vibration we have in our mouth. So try to practice deliberate diaphragmatic breathing. Try to have pauses and prepare your content, and you are going to flow like water. Today's pebbles, which I observed, Toastmaster Deepti had 2 hours, Toastmaster Ravinder 2 hours, Shweta had 2 hours, 1 so, Toastmaster Mahek only 1 hour, Nidhi had 3 hours and 2 ums, Toastmaster Rupinder had 1 1 so, Arpan was flawless, Pratna had 1 hour, and our timer of the day and presiding officer Toastmaster Mohit was also flawless. Now write down the pebbles you had today so that you can track and remove from your speeches. With that note, the stage is yours, Toastmaster Mehak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan, for sharing such a detailed evaluation and for sharing like how we can improve upon our ahs and ums by writing it down so that we do not forget it for the next time. Now let's invite on stage Toastmaster Neetal to share her report as the grammarian for the making today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. So the meeting was like a flow in the water. I could capture some of the moments and I could not capture many. So I'll share what I could capture it. So first, word of the day. I'm very happy it has been used quite frequently. So Ravinder has used once in his speech, Rupender twice, Mehek once, and Arpan almost 5 to 6 times. And if I miss out anyone, please share. So the good usages of the grammar or the words which I liked, I captured it. So I'll start with Deepti. Deepti's T-Mod theme was awesome. And the word she has been using, it was quite motivation as well. So the word she used, revered, did not step forward as it felt too risky. Self-doubt creeps in. Institution, navigate through uncertain times. Fear of failure, fear of rejection. What are the possibilities? Give up or gear in. Swim through and fly. And then comes Arpan during his first sharing of the Timor theme. If you tune into it or tune into the faith. If you let your faith guide you, you will be free from fear of outcomes. From the speech of Ravinder, my story is something different. So there was some grammar that I could notice. It could be very large. Rather than saying very large, it could have been huge. And many places he has added yes, which were not required. Like my brother, he said my siblings and then added my brother and sister. It could have been my siblings. Because you have to be on your own. It could have been on your own. That day, dream about becoming a speaker, dreamt of becoming a speaker. And he has used reiterate once. And in the course of have you forgotten about your dream? The ending was amazing. And from the Nidhi speech, I could capture the 3 magical words. It's okay. Paramount importance, which I liked. It's always happened. It could be it always happens, or it could have been something different. Instead of using doesn't it, it could have been isn't it. Many times it happens, many times it happened. So there was a mix of past and present tense. Once they failed, they never tried it again. A good usage. If you want to try, you should try. It ended in her mind. Yep. And from the Urban speech, he has captured many good usages in his table topic. It's okay to be in your comfort zone. If you don't want to be global, if you don't want a global position system, then go and get a God position system. If you want to get lost, be like Mira. If you want to focus, be like Buddha, large enough in his heart. And from the Mahek's evolution speech, they were like quite a good usage of words, and I just wrote it down. Captivation, commendable, memorable, humor, punch of humors, outgrowing siblings, clothes, hooked to, inquisitive, scenes of life, enthusiastic, passionate, authenticity. And from Chintan's evaluation, we are paralyzed by our choice. Crafting, playing with your pace, play with curiosity of audience. So that's it from my report. I could have been in a better way, but I'll try my best next time. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nitin. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nitin, for sharing such a beautiful summary as the grammarian. Now I would share my report as the general evaluator for the whole meeting. So what an incredible meeting we had today. I think the theme totally resonated, and it was such a beautiful theme that was swimming through unknown waters, which deeply resonated with all of us, like how explored the resilience and adaptability which helped us to overcome the challenges in this unpredictable world. I think Toastmaster Deepti started and set the tone as the starting at arms with the theme itself, sharing the mission statement of Toastmasters. Coming to Toastmaster Mohit, our presiding officer for the day, he not only welcomed the guests, but also introduced guests to very new concepts like Babani and Buka, bridging them beautifully together with the theme. Also, the theme for the both of the clubs as well, that is the Leaders Connect and the Storytellers Club. He showed us that how the leadership is evolving, and now that the top-down model of leadership is being converted to a more collaborative approach, and how pause and reflection are seen as a powerful tool. He also highlighted that what these two clubs have been noticing down these two traditional and the new approach of the leadership. His message reminding us that resilience and adaptability are the key to overcome through the challenging situations and finding our ways in the unknown waters. Next, we started on with the session by Toastmaster Deepti. I think she had some beautiful thoughts that was lying up in her theme today, starting on with some beautiful questions about asking from the audience about their challenges that they have took in their life, taking a pause and how to overcome those challenges. That was beautifully conducted in the teamwork session throughout. When she started on how many times we have crossed a busy road, popped a pill, prepared for an exam without knowing an outcome, how many times we have embraced the unknown situation, and these moments of uncertainty taught us resilience. I think there was a beautiful set and line of beautiful phrases from her teamwork today. When she said, as Columbus once set the sail to the unknown to find the new lands, so that we have some 4 beautiful words today. We have wings to fly, so why should we crawl? So I think these few of the statements that you shared, some beautiful words, positive affirmations that was in the theme today that were totally resonating with all as an audience. And there were so many new positive things that we could learn and can get back and can reflect upon in our lives. Not only this, she wore 2 hats. She also doubled up as the table topic master and effectively conducted the table topic segment. Her energy and enthusiasm were contagious. She presented some beautiful themes from the meeting today, and that totally resonated with the theme that she shared with us. Moving on to the prepared speeches evaluation, I think the speech evaluation was conducted in the CRC approach. Both the evaluators followed this approach, that is the commendation, recommendation, and commendation approach, to provide a constructive feedback to both the speakers. The CAC team also added immense value to the meeting today. The report was shared and the evaluation was detailed. Just a gentle reminder for the 3 of you, you could share the visual report as well because it could provide a more impact in the evaluations. What totally stood out for me in the meeting today was the encouraging and the positive words that were being shared and that we all are taking back. So thank you everyone who contributed to making today's meeting a grand success. It was filled with positivity, learning, and so many moments to cherish. I learned so many stories and have gained experience of so many speakers' stories as well. So let's not give up and gear up. Keep embracing the unknown waters ahead. Thank you. I would pass the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Feedback is the breakfast of champions, is popularly said in Toastmasters, and I think it perfectly fits the bill for today. Thank you. Let me now move on to the last and the concluding segment of my session today, where I'm going to give you 5 practical tips for navigating the unknown roads or swimming through unknown waters. Tip number 1, shift your mindset. You have to be open to change. You have to be open to adapting, without which you cannot embrace the unknown. You have to learn to make new choices. That's the first practical guidance that I would like to give you. Shift your mindset. There are numerous examples here. Mohit said, that the style of leadership has changed. If you embrace the new style, that is when you're going to actually embrace the unknown. Take the plunge. And yes, do not forget to being open to failure also. Not every step you make will be a step towards success. There will be steps towards failure also. So be open to accepting failure, but build resilience to stand up and walk again. So the first tip is shift your mindset. Be open to change. The second tip is break a big challenge into smaller steps. If you're starting a new venture, start from your safe spot. Give free sessions. Explore what is there in the market. Look for finances. Look for people who are already in the business. Break it into smaller, achievable goals. Reward yourself every time you achieve a smaller goal. That will create intrinsic motivation to move on to the next. So, tip number 2, break big challenges into smaller steps. Tip number 3, seek guidance and support. Don't just take a dive into water. Prepare. That is very important. We often forget preparing. Prepare. Seek guidance. It's very popularly said, and Mohit reminds me of this every time. He says, whatever you say today has already been said before. Whatever you do today has already been done before. You're not the first one. You just have to look for who did it before you. So seek support, seek guidance, reach out to your mentors, reach out to coaches. We all have guides and mentors in all areas of life, in the form of our parents, teachers, gurus, mentors at Toastmasters, mentors at work, coaches, even kids nowadays are our mentors and teachers. So seek support, seek guidance. Don't just deep dive. Tip number 4, practice mindfulness or meditation to stay grounded. You need to be open. You need to have a big heart, right? And if nothing else works, speak out the serenity prayer for you. I'll post it in the chat as well. It's a beautiful prayer in which you basically pray to realize or to have the wisdom to differentiate between what you can change and what you need to accept. So look out for the serenity prayer. Serenity. Serenity prayer. It's beautiful. It'll help you to curb that craving for swimming through the unknown. Okay, so go for the serenity prayer, practice mindfulness, and practice meditation. That's the 4th practical guidance. The 5th and the last is trust yourself. How do you trust yourself? Well, you trust yourself through 2 powerful words: intuition and faith. What is intuition? Anybody would want to say? Any random definition also?
Whatever your gut says is actually your intuition.
What's your gut?
Your gut is your inner feeling, your inner voice that is always guiding you through.
Where does that inner voice come from?
It comes from your self-belief, the undying faith.
Right? Does it also come from a mental makeup of the situations you experienced, the knowledge you've gained,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Some things that you've observed, not necessarily done.
Yeah, from the quota of your mindset also, it definitely.
Absolutely. They say intuition works like a mental puzzle. Every time you see a new situation, your mental puzzle is at work. It starts looking for patterns in the brain, right? Wherever there's a match, it captures that particular instance, and that becomes your gut. The collection is called the gut. Okay. Sometimes the gut tells you what you need to know, but at other times, it'll steer you towards fact finding, reasoning. It'll tell you that something is not right. You don't have all the information. Go find out. That is intuition and gut. Be mindful of when your gut tells you that you need to find out more. Right? That's right, Shweta. It's that quiet voice within ourselves which either tells us what to do or tells us what to find out. Right? So go with intuition and gut. But there are two popular friends of intuition which always stop it from working. The two popular or the unpopular friend is our reasoning and our logic. Logic says that you cannot establish a business while you're working full time. It'll stop you from doing what you love to do, what your intuition or gut tells you to do. Be mindful of those friends, but don't let them stop you. In such times, work towards it as a place of mystery. She says it's a sacred actually proceed forward. It adds strength to pull off from that fear of uncertainty. So, my friends, follow these 5 practical tips. Tip number 1, shift your mindset, be open to change. Tip number 2, break big challenges into smaller ones. Pat yourself for achieving every small change. Rule number 3, or tip number 3, seek guidance and support. Prepare before you take a deep dive. Tip number 4, practice mindfulness. Say out the serenity prayer. And tip number 5, trust yourself through intuition and faith. While I close my session, I'd like to throw a challenge at you. In the coming week, take one step, the unknown of your own choice, just one step, and see how you swim through. And I say that because Helen Keller once said that life is all about a daring adventure, or it is nothing at all. So dare to go on that adventure, or you won't do anything. With that, I end my session today. Thank you for listening me with patience. And back to you, our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepti. What a wonderful session. And I have actually made a note of all those points. I was thinking that the way to remember is to have your GPS, the God positioning system on. Wonderful. I hope everybody enjoyed the session as much as I did. I would gather a few feedback from, especially from the guests. And for the rest of you, please fill in the best role player or best speaker for the day in the link that I have shared in the chat box. We'll take 1 minute for that. Meanwhile, I would request some of our guests to come forward and share how you felt in the meeting today. Let me start with you, Arpan.
With these Toastmaster clubs are transformative, and you are at the helm of something good here. Um, I will, for my length of stay here, like to join your club and play my part in a journey that you have started. And I want to be part of the caravan that is this Toastmasters Club. So I will obviously communicate with you on the side to see what steps we need to take. Whoever designed the theme of the day, they need a Jadoo Ki Jappi from Munna Bhai MBBS movie. What a nice thing to do. And I was absolutely thrilled.
Wonderful, wonderful. Such a beautiful gift of gab you have, Arpan. I'm sure many people would have already told you. Beautiful the way you express yourselves. Thank you so much. It means the world to us. And yes, we look forward to having you join us formally soon. Let me also get some feedback. We've got Rohan. Rohan, would you like to share how you felt in the meeting today? And while we are waiting for Rohan, Bob, would you like to share a few words?
Hey Mohit, this is I think my
Sorry,
first.
actually my voice is I think not coming. But the meeting was awesome, and I also did like to join for the next meeting to improve just my as shared in the uh, yeah uh, the confidence about to speaking for speaking. So this was the all mentor are like all awesome. So I really like this. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Rohan. Yeah, we look forward to having you join us again. And thanks for sharing your feedback. Yes, Bob. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so this was my first time with these storytellers, and what an amazing meeting. Such a wonderful crowd and such eloquent speakers all around. Loved it, loved the whole session. Wish I could have participated more, but probably next time when I'm around. Back to you, Mohit.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Bob. Yeah, we will like to have you come again and again. And is there anybody else who would like to share their feedback?
It was an amazing meeting. Joining back after a long time, learning again, and looking forward for it.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Neetu, for sharing that. And
we have Satish.
Okay, Satish, yeah, would you like to share a few words about how you felt? Okay.
Mohit, a quick question.
Yes.
You were in a t-shirt like for most of the meeting, and suddenly, like I see you in the jacket. What happened there?
Okay, yeah, it's getting cold here in Delhi, and today, yeah, for the first half, I was nice and warm, but I think the chill is catching up. Where are you based, Bob?
I'm from Kathmandu, Nepal.
Ah, wonderful. How's the weather there?
It's chilly, and I was just like envying you being in a t-shirt, and I was like, "Wow!"
I wanted to show off my 100 years of Toastmasters t-shirt, I guess, and then I thought it's more important to stay warm and healthy rather than showing off. So I wore my jacket. But thanks for highlighting that. Okay, so we are almost done with the meeting. I'm requesting everybody once again, if you haven't already put your vote and your feedback on the link, then please do so. We will declare the winners for today's meeting offline in interest of everybody's time. So watch out for our channels, and also the next week's meeting roles are open. So please do come forward and take up those roles. Yes, thanks Chintan for reminding us of that every so often. So let's volunteer for the roles. If there are any volunteers right away, please come forward and share that. We'll make a note.
I'll go by table topic master.
Next meeting will be on 1st
Sunday next week. Yes.
Okay.
So I think it was Deepak who wanted to be the table topics master. Chintan, can I request you to make a quick note?
Yeah, made me.
Okay, thank you. Any other role players?
Ravinder?
I'll pick
Yeah,
up one
Deepti.
role. I
Yes,
don't know which one
I'll
yet.
pick and I will confirm back.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Deepti will be general evaluator,
Yep.
right? So yeah, any Mehak, you want to go for any? You should go for a speech, Mehak.
Yeah, I will
What
give
do
a
you think?
speech.
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
Great.
So Mehak
Okay.
for a speech. Mohit bhai, you want to go for Timur?
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yep. That's a nice way of putting people on the spot. But yeah, I'm loving it. Sometimes we do need a little nudge, right? We all
Yeah,
do. So thank you, Chintan, for that.
great.
Okay, we
Thank
do
you.
have some of the role players decided. So let's look forward to the next meeting. Also have a couple of announcements to make. There is a very interesting session coming up, which is called How to Write a Winning Speech. That's being prepared by the District 41 itself. And the speaker or the key person who will be running that session is none other than the world champion of public speaking 2024, Luisa Montalvo.
Wow.
It's on 8th December, 7 p.m. IST onwards. So do make a note of that in your diaries. We'll share the posters in our WhatsApp groups as well. Do attend that and learn from the winner herself, the how to write a winning speech. And the other one is that our table topics contest is coming up very soon. We earlier planned it for 1st December, but we have to replan it given some of the latest changes in the rules and regulations of the way it is conducted. So we are going to give it some time so we are able to do it in a nice and fair manner. So we will be announcing the date soon. Everybody who's a member is eligible. Everybody is a member who is eligible. So do come forward and make sure you participate. If you participate, you're already a winner, right? So there's so much learning that happens just by way of participating. We'll be announcing the date soon, but just wanted to give everybody a heads up. That's all. And yes, Sachin
Just a
Bhai,
quick
if you
note,
have
Mohit
something.
bhai.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also would like to give a speech, so I would be nominating myself for the speech. Since 2 times I am pushing Mehak, so I think I should also go.
Absolutely. Yeah, wonderful. Looking forward to your speech. Okay. Thank you everyone for joining in and see you next week then.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.